Hi, I'm Annie Botticelli, and this is the Storyteller Forecast for Libra for November 2015. I'm trying on a new format where I'm continuing to do the individual horoscopes for each sign, as you've grown accustomed to, but I'm also adding an additional video that will be the general transits for all signs. Usually I commingle general transits with things very specific to the sign, so I'm going to break it up a little bit so that you can better focus on what's Libra specific and what is general. And both of them are going to be equally as important in your experience. So you want to make sure you search on my page, on my YouTube channel, for Annie Botticelli, November 2015 Astrology All Signs, because there's lots of marvelous things going on, especially the first 3 weeks of November, that you're definitely going to want to be up on. So go to my website, aspiritualspark.com, where you can see more about my growing list of very affordably priced self-development tools for those working on their conscious evolution and wanting to make their lives better. Most of them are priced between $16 and $26, so it's affordable. You know, whatever you're trying to work on, I've got something there for you. That's aspiritualspark.com, and you can sign up for my free email newsletter and become part of my community. So the general energy of November, just a quick overview. This is the time we've been waiting for since the springtime. We've had Mercury, then Venus, then Mercury again, retrograde. Sometimes their influences even on top of each other, with Venus and Mercury influences at the same time. And that's been for many months. November, the first 3 weeks of November, we are completely clear for pretty much everything. We've got all green lights. You know, when you hit that one green light and then you're like, wow, I'm hitting all the green lights. Like, this is really fun and this is really cool and this is really in the flow. And that's what the first 3 weeks of November are like. We're past the major dramas of the eclipse. We're out of the Venus and Mercury retrograde energies, and there's just sweet aspects for the whole first 3 weeks, which I go into more details about those in the general video. The last week gets a little bit dicey, and I talk about those things and some ideas to navigate that as well. Okay, so we've got 4 main houses of focus for Libra this month. We've got the 11th, 12th, 1st, and 2nd houses, and then we also have 8th house focus for full moon energies, but it's not as multi-layered as these other houses. So let's just talk about them piece by piece. For all of you, all Libra placements, early, middle, and late, there's strong energy in the 12th house. The early degree placements, you've got Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and that magical Venus-Mars conjunction, which takes place on November 2nd. Beautiful day in the stars. Middle degree, or some of you middle degree placements, have that Jupiter energy and the Venus and Mars transits and the Venus and Mars conjunction in this 12th house. And you late degree placements have the new moon in the 12th house. So regardless of how it's coming into your experience, all Libras are having this 12th house energy. So 12th house energy has to do with reviewing things, letting things go, facing your fears, very much Harry Potter-like, where he figures out that the things outside of him are actually inside of him, which I call the holographic reality and I use in all of my practices. And this 12th house is very much like that. So where you face fears, where you look at things, where you look at the ancestral patterns, you know, where you see the origin of problems in your life. Sometimes you'll find yourself with this energy withdrawing or going on retreat or just feeling kind of antisocial or just really soul searching, you know, asking big questions. This is also a great time to surround yourself by whatever is soul food for you and emotional food, you know, whatever makes you feel super comfy. If it's your super comfy socks and a cup of tea and a great book and a candle and whatever just feels warm and amazing for you. That's the energy of the 12th house. It's just this retreat and quiet, peaceful, internal energy. At the same time, we have 2 houses, the 11th house and the 1st house, which are both very active externally. So you're going to have a little bit of both. You're going to see the themes of the 12th house, as we just described, showing up. The early degree placements don't really have energy in the 11th house for the month of November. But you middle degree placements, some of you middle degree placements and you later degree placements still have strong energy there. You've got Jupiter there, you've got Venus and Mars transiting there, you've got the magical Venus-Mars conjunction on November 2nd, you know, this day where the star-crossed lovers get together and just bring magic to that field of experience. For the rest of you, that conjunction happened in the 12th house. So meetings undercover, secret things, clandestine things, private things. magic happening behind closed doors is a lot of the energy of that conjunction. But this energy of the 11th house, that some of you middle and all you later degree placements, also the North Node there for middle and late degree placements, which shows us this focus of highest expression in this lifetime. That's all in this really busy, active, social, super social 11th house. Amazing social gatherings where you feel completely enriched by the interactions with others. The 12th house is more about the interaction with self and spirit, and the 11th house is more about these interactions with others and the enrichment there and working together rather than kind of sorting things out on your own. But you'll see both elements at play in different ways. So you just want to make sure that if you find yourself getting really busy, that you take the time to counterbalance with that soul time. And sometimes that soul time is going to come through interacting with others. See, it's going to happen both ways. All of you in some way will experience strong energy in the first house. You early degree placements have the new moon there. You middle degree placements are going to have Mercury and the sun there, or at least most of you middle degree placements will have Mercury and the sun there. Some of you will also have the new moon there. You late degree placements are going to have the sun there. So again, regardless of how it comes in, first house focus has to do with your personal your personal energy level, and so when there's activity in this first house, that's like rebirth, renewal, enthusiasm, lots of like rambunctiousness, physical energy. It's the energy of Aries, so new things and new ideas and things that you're enthusiastic about, and your physical stamina and drive is very much enlivened with this energy. You early and some of you middle degree placements also have some energy in the second house. The early degree placements will have the Mercury and the sun there. Middle degree placements will have the sun there for some of the time, and then some of you will have your new moon energies there in the second house instead of the first house. And the second house is all about your finances and material possessions. The second house is going to become a stronger area of prominence for all Libras, and it'll be staggered, so you later degree placements will experience this a little bit later. But all those things that are going on in the 11th, 12th, first house are going to be moving into the second house eventually. So if you're not feeling activity in your financial sector, in assessing your values, things having to do with tangible material goods, your physical security, things like that, and money is there. So making money, how you make money, all of that. If that's not present in the month of November, then it's going to get stronger as the rest of these planets start to move, personal planets start to move into that space. So then we've got at the end of the month, oh, by the way, the new moon that I talked about is on November 11th. So that the energy's there. Again, for you early and some of you middle degree placements, or most of you middle degree placements, will experience that in the first house. And then some of you will experience that in the 12th house. So first house energy, possibly some carryover into second house energy, and 12th house energy is highlighted for this new moon, basically, depending on where your placements are. And that's around November 11th. So then November 25th is when the full moon is, and that happens at 3 degrees of Gemini. The new moon is at 19 degrees of Scorpio. The full moon is going to occur for you very early degree placements in the 9th house. And the 9th house has to do with, well, I'll get to that in a second. Most of you are going to experience this in the 8th house. So fullness, completion, drama, attention, focus comes to joint financial matters, credit, debt, sweepstakes, inheritances, joint financial ventures, joint collaborations, things with your spouse, that energy, something involved in your shared resources or your familial energy. Just your very early degree placements might have that fullness, completion, etc. pop into the energies of the 9th house, which can involve church or your spirituality, wherever, whatever you believe is kind of in there, your ideals. Sometimes people, when there's a full moon in their 9th house, they have this questioning or testing of a long-held belief. And sometimes something can come up there around that. So that's the general overview for Libra for this month. Go to my website, aspiritualspark.com. Again, you can see my growing list of self-development tools that have been time-tested on me and clients over many years that can help you in your conscious evolution and to manage any problems that come your way, like a spiritual ninja. And you can look more into my personal coaching, or you can look more into working with one of my apprentices. My growing list of apprentices will start to be up on my website, where you can see if you resonate with one of them. So I hope you have a wonderful month. Take care. Bye.